Hi, my name is Kyle Johnson, and this is my topic two presentation explaining what an initiative and referendum are to the state of Arizona and kind of how they relate to the direct democracy that Arizona has within their constitution. So right now I'm in the middle of my classroom. It's under construction. Kind of a weird spot right here, um, but I'm gonna make do with what I have here. So. Initiative and referendum. So a referendum is the method by which voters may veto a law or part of a law by gathering enough signatures from registered voters to place the issue on a ballot. Initiative is a method by which voters may propose new laws or amend existing laws by gathering signatures from registered voters to put that issue on the ballot as well. Okay, so the next thing, explain how initiatives and referendums are created. Both take multi-step action to able to be placed on a ballot. So, steps for preparing a referendum are, well, first you need to form a political committee. Then you need to file an application with the correct serial number with a Secretary of State's office in Arizona. Then you need to acquire the appropriate referendum petition from Arizona, Secretary of State. Then you need to make sure that any out of state circulators are registered with the Arizona Secretary of State as well. Then you must circulate the petition to obtain signatures from eligible voters, and we'll talk about the numbers down the line here. Next, you then submit the petition to the Secretary of State by a certain deadline, and then the Secretary of State will determine if enough signatures were gathered to place the measure on the ballot. Initiative kind of takes the same steps. So initiative, you have to form a political committee through the Secretary of State of Arizona. Then you file an application with the Secretary of State. Then again, you get the appropriate initiative petition from the Secretary of State. Then you ensure any out-of-state circulators have registered with the Secretary of State. Then you circulate the petition, and you have to obtain a certain amount of signatures from eligible voters. Submit that to the Secretary of State, and then once the Secretary of State counts the signatures, they'll determine if it's able to be placed on the ballot. Initiative versus referendum. So a referendum is when voters can veto a law, and an initiative is where voters may propose or amend an existing law. Another difference between the two, a referendum needs a total of like 130,000 signatures from valid voters, and initiative needs from 250,000 to 390,000 votes or signatures to be able to be placed on a ballot. Pros and cons of initiative. Pros allows voters to have a say in what laws they might want to create or what laws they might want to change. Cons, it takes hundreds of thousands of signatures to make the law or amend it. And it's also a multi-step process that might take a long time. Pros and cons of a referendum. Pros of a referendum allows the people of Arizona to have power to approve, reject an act or part of an act when they feel that's necessary. Cons, once again, it's a multi-step process and it requires hundreds of thousands of signatures, and a referendum, it needs to happen within 90 days. Initiatives and referendums. So it supports the idea of direct democracy by allowing the people to create an initiative or referendum and not a body of elected representatives. And it gives people more say within their rights through the Arizona Constitution. And that is what I have for those questions. I got my information from a website through UW-Madison, Wisconsin, and also through the Arizona Secretary of State. And that is what I got. Thank you very much.